I thought Caelim's reasoning for doing what he did would be selfish, but was pleasantly surprised when it wasn't. It did not warrant Jaya and Ali's overreaction. I still don't know why they were that angry with him. Okay, they were mad that Callum went behind their backs and tried to sell images of Teacup online. But to leave him behind and ignore his calls after disappearing for hours? Let's take a step back and examine what Callum did that was so terrible. He made a video of Teacup and tried to sell it. By the end of the book, Jaya and co do the exact same thing. The only difference is, the book ends before we see the consequences. You're telling me that in a world where fanatics obsess over each being that falls, and the government is actively searching for answers on where they come from and what they are, a video appearing on the internet of a living, breathing being wouldn't be immediately traced back to Jaya? The world wouldn't stalk their every move, desperate to see and get more information on the only known living being? Callum failed to stop Teacup from being kidnapped, after his buyers found his location and showed up without him knowing they would. How is that his fault exactly? Yes, he shouldn't have done it in the first place, but he didn't give the standing falling his location. Callum had no intention of giving them Teacup, only her images. Jaya and Ali act as if he intended for Teacup to be kidnapped, as if he'd done it all for a completely self-absorbed reason, and not to raise enough money to pay for treatment for Ali. Ali, who, might I add, told Jaya not long before that her body was rejecting her lungs, and that she might be dying again. All I'm saying is that if Callum sold those images and Teacup wasn't taken, they wouldn't have been angry. It all seemed like a massive overreaction, as if Callum should have fought multiple people off with only his bare hands and his wits. It all felt like a conflict made with the purpose of giving Ali, Leah, and Jaya some alone time. It didn't make sense to leave him behind. How was Callum supposed to make up for what he did if they wouldn't let him try? I felt the same way when Ali and Jaya said goodbye to Teacup. The moment was sweet, but it was soured the more I thought about it. Callum spent just as much time with Teacup as Jaya and Ali, but chose not to go with them or say a final goodbye to Teacup, so the two lovers could have a private moment. It felt like something of a disservice. Callum, who had been with them from the beginning, gets only a one-sentence goodbye to Teacup. It wasn't even dialogue. It was just a description of him and Rani getting up early to say goodbye. And that was it. If these moments between Ali and Jaya were so important, why give Ali a twin at all? Callum was presented as a main important character until he very much wasn't. And the resolution. Jaya making up with her dad happened way too quickly. Out of the blue ended with a typical quote-unquote happy ending that didn't feel deserved. The whole book is building up to Jaya reconciling with her dad and letting go of her mom, only for them to make up in a page or two. There should have been more time spent on that. It was something that was touched on throughout the whole book, and then they have one heart-to-heart, and it's done. Now they're a family again. As Out of the Blue is Cameron's debut novel, I can only hope she learns and improves from this. But that's gonna be it for me for now. I'll see you guys next time. Later.